Berlin is the capital and largest city of Germany by both area and population. This city, situated in the northeastern part of the country, has around 3,566,900 inhabitants and has a temperate continental predominant climate, although it slightly varies from north to south with warm summers of 23 degrees and mild winters of 3. Talking about economy, according to Euromonitor, in 2020 its GDP was around 1.97 billion euros, the highest in Germany. Berlin's most important economic sector is health services with approximately 180,000 employees. Small and medium-sized companies are predominant in the city as they make up almost 80% of employment in Berlin. This sector is followed by transportation, communication and information technologies, and medical engineering. As of March 2021, according to the European Commission, Berlin's unemployment rate was 10.5%, almost 2% higher than the national average. This can be linked to the city's difficulties to overcome the division after World War II, especially on the east side. About mobility, as of 2016, the number of passenger vehicles in Berlin was 1.18 million, and the number of total vehicles was 1.28 million. This last number includes passenger vehicles, motorcycles, motor coaches, buses, trolleybuses, and lorries. Therefore, there are approximately 3.3 inhabitants per car. However, the principal means of transportation in the city remain the S-Bahn and the U-Bahn, which carry around 1 billion passengers a year combined. Talking about education, according to the World Bank, school enrollment at a primary level had a percentage of 19.14%. The average level of education is to conclude secondary school, where 36% of the population has at least that part of their education complete. On resources management, Berlin's water resources are made of 650 groundwater wells, all which are situated in water protection areas. These iron layers formed 10,000 years ago. This formation is called the Berlin-Warsaw Glacial Valley. Berlin's water treatment and distribution is carried out by Berliner Wasserbetriebe. This company is in charge of extracting drinking water from the wells, as well as the treatment process for used water or wastewater, which is treated and purified according to the latest standards. In terms of solid waste management, Berlin has one of the strictest policies of a city in Europe. 7 different trash bins make separation of waste much easier for Berliners. Committed to reducing CO2 emissions, Berlin Stadtreinigung, the company in charge of waste management, has many processes for the city's waste, such as the replacement of waste incineration machines, generation of biogas, landfill gas capture, and generation of substitute fuels in MPS plants. Berlin's main source of air pollution is NO2. 2.5% of the whole Germany's population is exposed to NO2 beyond legal limits. This is mainly due to passenger cars and public transport gasoline emissions, as well as the use of diesel as a fuel in passenger cars. Topic that has created a lot of debate inside Europe, as this is the main source of NO2 in the continental atmosphere, and also a cause for diseases like diabetes, asthma, lung cancer, and chronic bronchitis. On the CO2 equivalent emissions, Berlin has an estimate of 2,556 kilowatt-hours of electricity consumption per capita. Along with Hamburg, they represent the lowest per capita electricity consumption among Germany's federal states. The average gasoline consumption per capita is 306.6 liters per year. So with these inputs, we have a result of 2,567,622 metric tons of CO2 equivalent for gasoline and 6,461,056 metric tons of CO2 equivalent for electricity. Based on all of this information, a traffic light system was created to determine whether Berlin is sustainable or not based on the following factors. Economic. Unemployment is bad compared to country average, and economic growth was good before the pandemic with 5.2% growth, so its light is yellow. Social. Education is good as average school level is higher than the country average, and healthcare is also good as it is the leading health region in Europe and Germany's largest center of medical activity, so its light is green. Environmental. Water quality and availability are great as it is constantly recycled, treated, and purified through the walls. Air quality is regular but more bad than good due to NO2 and diesel issues, so its light is yellow. Governmental. Policies for greenhouse gas emissions reductions are good as the city foresees to reduce 70% of CO2 emissions by 2030. Ethical consumption promotion good as well as for campaigns for recycling PET and other disposables for money, so its light is green. In conclusion, although Berlin shows up lagging in many factors, mainly due to its division after World War II, Germany as a whole and especially Berlin has shown a lot of resilience overcoming the difficulties to become Europe's innovation hub and one of the most important and sustainable cities in Europe. With governmental and private efforts like becoming climate neutral by 2045, the actual biomass energy production, the utilization of Brandenburg's renewable energy sources, the growth of solar farms within the city, and the recycling programs, Berlin has a green line in its overall performance as a sustainable city.